Ladies and gentlemen, the path of the loner is not an easy road, nor is it one that many willingly choose. It is a path marked by solitude, introspection, and profound self-discovery. But it is also a path of immense strength, clarity, and ultimately liberation. To walk this road is to confront yourself and the world in ways few dare to, for the absence of distraction forces you to face the truths you might otherwise avoid. The solitude of self-discovery is an essential and transformative journey, one that requires the courage to step away from the crowd and confront your inner world. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and the incessant demands of society, solitude offers a rare and invaluable opportunity to strip away the external influences that shape our thoughts and behaviors. It allows you to pause, reflect, and truly understand who you are at your core, free from the expectations and judgments of others. In solitude, you are forced to engage with your own thoughts, emotions, and experiences without the interference of outside voices. This can be an uncomfortable process at first, as it exposes the parts of yourself you may have been avoiding, your fears, insecurities, and unresolved conflicts. Yet, it is through this confrontation that growth begins. You come to recognize patterns in your behavior, the beliefs that guide your actions, and the values that resonate most deeply with your authentic self. Without the clarity that solitude provides, it is easy to live a life dictated by external forces rather than your own intentions. Solitude is not about isolation or loneliness. It is about creating space for self-awareness. In this space, you gain the ability to ask yourself profound questions. What do I truly want in life? What are my strengths and weaknesses? What do I value most, and how can I align my actions with those values? These questions are not easily answered amidst the chaos of daily life, but in solitude they can be explored with depth and honesty. The answers you uncover become the foundation for a life of authenticity and purpose. Through solitude, you also develop a stronger sense of emotional resilience. Without the immediate feedback or validation of others, you learn to rely on your own judgment and intuition. This independence is empowering, as it frees you from the need to constantly seek approval or reassurance from the outside world. It allows you to trust yourself and your ability to navigate life's challenges. The confidence that comes from this trust is not fleeting or superficial. It is deeply rooted in the understanding that you have faced yourself and emerged stronger. Furthermore, solitude enhances creativity and clarity of thought. When you are alone with your thoughts, free from the distractions of social interaction and external obligations, your mind has the space to wander, to imagine, and to solve problems. Ideas that were previously clouded by noise begin to take shape, and solutions to challenges become more apparent. Many of the world's greatest innovations and works of art were born in moments of solitude, where individuals could tap into the depths of their creativity without interference. Solitude also deepens your relationships with others. When you know yourself, your values, boundaries, and aspirations, you are better equipped to form genuine and meaningful connections. You no longer rely on others to define your worth or fill a void within you. Instead, you approach relationships from a place of wholeness, offering authenticity and seeking the same in return. Solitude teaches you that while connections with others are vital, they are most fulfilling when built on a foundation of self-understanding. The solitude of self-discovery is not a path for the faint of heart. It requires you to face truths about yourself that may be uncomfortable or even painful. It demands patience and a willingness to sit with uncertainty. But the rewards are immeasurable. In embracing solitude, you uncover your true self and identity, not shaped by societal pressures or fleeting trends, but by your own experiences, reflections, and choices. This journey of self-discovery transforms solitude from a state of being alone into a profound experience of self-connection. It equips you with the tools to live a life of integrity, purpose, and inner peace. Solitude, far from being a retreat from life, becomes a powerful act of engagement with the essence of who you are and who you are meant to be. Independence is a cornerstone of personal strength and a defining characteristic of a life well lived. It is not simply the absence of reliance on others, but rather the presence of resilience, self-reliance, and an unwavering sense of accountability for one's own life. Independence allows you to stand firm in the face of challenges, make decisions rooted in your values, and navigate the complexities of existence without being tethered to the whims of external forces. It is a strength that is cultivated through deliberate effort and nurtured by a commitment to growth. To be independent is to take ownership of your life. It means recognizing that while circumstances and other people may influence you, they do not define you. Independence begins with the understanding that your choices, actions, and mindset ultimately shape the trajectory of your life. This realization is empowering, as it places responsibility squarely in your hands. It teaches you that you are not a passive participant in your existence, but an active creator of your future. The strength found in independence is forged through self-reliance. When you develop the ability to rely on your own skills, knowledge, and judgment, you become less vulnerable to external pressures and manipulations. This self-reliance is not about rejecting help or isolating yourself. It is about building the confidence to trust your own abilities. It is the assurance that even in difficult times, you have the capacity to adapt, problem solve, and persevere. Each time you overcome an obstacle on your own, you reinforce this confidence, creating a foundation of strength that grows with every challenge faced. Independence also cultivates clarity and authenticity. When you are not dependent on the approval or validation of others, you are free to pursue a life aligned with your values and aspirations. This freedom allows you to make decisions based on what truly matters to you, rather than what society or those around you may expect. Independence liberates you from the need to conform, enabling you to live a life of authenticity. In doing so, you discover the joy and fulfillment that come from being true to yourself. Moreover, independence fosters resilience. Life is unpredictable, filled with uncertainties and adversities that test your resolve. Those who cultivate independence develop the mental fortitude to face these challenges head-on. They understand that while external support can be valuable, true strength comes from within. Independence teaches you to weather storms with grace and courage, knowing that you have the inner resources to endure and overcome. This resilience not only helps you navigate difficulties, but also builds a sense of pride in your ability to stand strong in the face of adversity. The strength of independence is further amplified by the discipline it requires. To be truly independent, you must cultivate habits and skills that support self-sufficiency. This might include financial literacy, emotional regulation, critical thinking, or practical competencies. Each skill you develop enhances your ability to navigate the world with confidence and competence. Discipline is the backbone of independence, enabling you to consistently make choices that support your growth and stability. Independence also deepens your relationships. When you are self-reliant, you approach relationships from a place of strength rather than need. This allows you to engage with others as equals, fostering connections built on mutual respect and shared values. Independence ensures that your relationships are not driven by dependency or fear of loneliness, but by genuine appreciation and love. It teaches you that the best connections are those where both individuals are whole and complete on their own, yet choose to walk together. The strength found in independence is not static, it is dynamic and ever-evolving. It requires ongoing effort to maintain and grow, as life continually presents new challenges and opportunities for growth. Independence is not a destination but a lifelong journey, one that shapes your character and enhances your ability to live with purpose and integrity. Ultimately, independence is a gift you give to yourself. It is the freedom to chart your own course, the confidence to trust in your abilities, and the strength to face life's challenges on your own terms. It is a declaration of self-worth and a testament to the power of resilience. Through independence, you not only gain the ability to stand alone, but also the capacity to stand tall, embodying a strength that inspires others and transforms your life into one of empowerment and fulfillment. Isolation is a complex and often misunderstood experience, one that carries with it both profound challenges and transformative opportunities. To face the shadows of isolation is to confront the fears, doubts, and vulnerabilities that arise when we are removed from the comforting presence of others. It is a journey into the depths of the self, where distractions fall away and the stark reality of our inner world is laid bare. This process is not easy, nor is it without pain, but it holds the potential for immense growth and understanding if approached with courage and intention. When isolation envelops us, it can feel like a void of vast emptiness where the familiar rhythms of life are replaced by silence. In this silence, the mind often amplifies insecurities and fears, bringing to the surface thoughts and feelings that were previously hidden beneath the noise of daily interactions. This confrontation can be deeply unsettling. The shadow of isolation reveals the parts of ourselves we might prefer to avoid: unresolved guilt, lingering regrets, unacknowledged desires, and unexamined fears. Yet it is in facing these shadows that we begin to understand who we truly are. Isolation strips away the external validations we so often rely on to define our worth. Without the feedback of others, we are left to grapple with our own sense of identity. This can be a disorienting experience, as we come to realize how much of our self-concept has been shaped by societal expectations, cultural norms, and the opinions of those around us. In this space of solitude, we are forced to ask fundamental questions: who am I without the roles I play? What truly matters to me? What kind of person do I want to become? These questions are not easily answered, but they are essential for building an authentic and grounded sense of self. The shadows of isolation also challenge our resilience. In moments of solitude, it is easy to feel disconnected, forgotten, or insignificant. These feelings can lead to a sense of despair, as the absence of external support leaves us vulnerable to self-doubt. Yet, it is precisely in these moments of vulnerability that we have the opportunity to cultivate strength. Facing the discomfort of isolation teaches us to rely on our inner resources, to find comfort within ourselves, and to build a foundation of self-reliance that is unshaken by external circumstances. This resilience becomes a source of enduring strength, one that serves us long after the period of isolation has passed. Moreover, isolation provides a mirror through which we can examine our relationships. In the absence of immediate social interaction, we gain clarity about the connections we value most and the ones that may no longer serve us. This reflective space allows us to assess the quality of our relationships, identifying those that are built on mutual respect and understanding and those that may be rooted in dependency or superficiality. By facing the shadows of isolation, we gain the insight needed to cultivate healthier and more meaningful connections when we re-enter the social sphere. Isolation also fosters creativity and introspection. In the quiet of solitude, our minds are free to wander, explore, and imagine. This unstructured mental space can lead to breakthroughs in understanding, innovative ideas, and a deeper connection to our inner world. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and visionaries found their most profound inspirations in periods of isolation. By embracing the shadows of solitude, we create a fertile ground for creativity and self-expression that might otherwise remain untapped. Yet the shadows of isolation must be faced with care. Prolonged periods of solitude without purpose or intention can lead to feelings of loneliness and despair. It is important to approach isolation as a temporary and transformative experience rather than a permanent state. Setting goals, maintaining routines, and finding ways to connect with the outside world in meaningful ways can help mitigate the darker aspects of solitude while preserving its potential for growth. Facing the shadows of isolation is ultimately an act of bravery. It requires you to confront the parts of yourself that are most difficult to face, to sit with discomfort, and to find strength in the silence. This process is not about escaping or denying the challenges of solitude, but about embracing them as an opportunity for self-discovery and growth. In doing so, you emerge from isolation not diminished but transformed, with a deeper understanding of yourself and a renewed sense of purpose. Isolation, though challenging, is not a void to be feared but a space to be explored. It is in the shadows of solitude that we find the light of self-awareness, resilience, and creativity. By facing these shadows with courage and intention, we unlock the potential for profound transformation, emerging stronger, wiser, and more connected to our true selves. The wisdom of selective association is an essential principle for building a life of integrity, purpose, and growth. It requires a deep understanding of the impact that relationships have on our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Who we choose to surround ourselves with shapes the trajectory of our lives, influencing our values, decisions, and aspirations. Selective association is not about elitism or exclusion. It is about exercising discernment in aligning with people who contribute to our well-being and personal development. In every relationship, whether personal, professional, or social, there is an exchange of energy, ideas, and influence. The people we associate with have a profound effect on our mindset and behavior, often in ways that are subtle yet deeply significant. Their attitudes, values, and habits can either elevate us or drag us down, inspiring us to reach greater heights or pulling us into patterns of complacency and negativity. Recognizing this, selective association becomes not just a preference but a necessity for those who seek to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. Choosing wisely whom to associate with begins with self-awareness. To identify the right people to surround ourselves with, we must first understand our own values, goals, and boundaries. This clarity acts as a compass, guiding us toward relationships that align with our true selves. When we know what we stand for and where we want to go, we are better equipped to discern who will support and challenge us in constructive ways. Without this foundation of self-knowledge, we risk forming connections that undermine our authenticity and divert us from our path. Selective association also requires the courage to distance ourselves from relationships that are toxic, draining, or incompatible with our values. This is often one of the most challenging aspects of this principle. Letting go of long-standing connections, even those that no longer serve us, can evoke feelings of guilt, fear, and loss. Yet, it is essential to recognize that clinging to relationships out of habit or obligation can hinder our growth. True wisdom lies in understanding that it is better to walk alone than to remain tied to individuals who limit our potential or compromise our well-being. At the same time, selective association is not solely about avoiding negative influences. It is about actively seeking out relationships that enrich our lives. These are the connections that challenge us to grow, inspire us to think differently, and provide a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Associating with individuals who share our values or possess qualities we admire encourages us to strive for excellence. Such relationships act as mirrors, reflecting both our strengths and areas for improvement and providing opportunities for mutual learning and support. The gift of perspective in creation is a profound and transformative force that defines the human experience. It represents the unique ability to interpret the world through our individual lens while simultaneously contributing something original to it. This dual capacity to perceive and create is a privilege, a responsibility, and a path toward meaning. It allows us to transcend mere existence, engaging deeply with life while shaping it in ways that reflect our unique insights and values. Perspective is the foundation of this gift. It is the lens through which we view the world, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and choices. No two perspectives are identical, and this diversity is both a strength and a challenge. Perspective allows us to derive meaning from the chaos of existence, transforming the raw data of life into stories, lessons, and truths. It is the ability to step back and see the broader picture, to recognize patterns, and to understand the interplay between events, choices, and consequences. Gaining perspective often requires effort and intentionality. It involves looking beyond the immediate and the obvious, questioning assumptions, and seeking understanding in complexity. Perspective teaches us to embrace nuance and to see multiple sides of an issue. It helps us navigate the challenges of life with greater wisdom and empathy, allowing us to approach situations with clarity rather than impulsivity. By cultivating perspective, we equip ourselves to respond to life's trials with resilience and grace, seeing opportunities for growth where others might see only obstacles. Creation. The second aspect of this gift is the act of bringing something new into existence. It is the expression of our inner world, our thoughts, feelings, and insights through tangible or intangible forms. Creation is not limited to art or invention. It encompasses every act of shaping the world, from solving problems to building relationships, from writing stories to crafting a meaningful life. Through creation, we leave a mark on the world, contributing to its richness and diversity. The interplay between perspective and creation is what makes this gift so powerful. Perspective informs creation, providing the insights and inspirations that drive our creative acts. When we see the world differently, we create differently. A shift in perspective can lead to breakthroughs in understanding, innovation, or expression. Conversely, the act of creation can deepen and expand our perspective. By engaging in the creative process, we often uncover new ways of thinking and seeing, opening our minds to possibilities we had not previously considered. The gift of perspective in creation also connects us to others. When we share our perspectives and creations, we invite others into our world, fostering understanding and connection. This exchange enriches both the giver and the receiver, creating a shared space of mutual growth. Perspective allows us to appreciate the creations of others, to see the beauty and meaning in their contributions, and to learn from their insights. Creation, in turn, gives us a way to communicate our own perspective, adding our voice to the collective human story. To fully embrace this gift, we must overcome the barriers that hinder its expression. Fear, self-doubt, and the pressures of conformity can stifle both perspective and creation, preventing us from seeing clearly or contributing authentically. It requires courage to question the status quo, to share our unique vision, and to create in a way that is true to ourselves. This courage is not always easy to muster, but it is essential for living a life of authenticity and purpose. The path of the loner is not a retreat from life, but a deeper engagement with it. It requires courage, strength, and a willingness to walk where others fear to tread. But those who embrace it find themselves transformed, not diminished. They discover a life of authenticity, purpose, and inner peace, a life lived on their own terms. If you are willing to take the first step down this path, you may find that it leads not to loneliness, but to true freedom. Thank you.